Hey, sisters. Welcome back to another episode of Reverse Engineering, your Pain to Power podcast. Okay, so I had a request to make an episode on the topic of lustful men and just kind of like break down how they operate, which every band is going to be different, but the overall theme of today's podcast episode will really just be going over, the reality of dealing with lustful men and what it will cost you, as the feminine in his life, if you continue to sustain relationships with men that show you, hey, I ain't nothing but a lustful man. I'm created out of lust and all I can provide you is lust. And as well as, just going out in this world and having lustful actions. Okay, and I just want to, give you guys a disclaimer. This may not resonate with everybody, and that is totally fine. One thing about the podcast, sisters, is I am reaching so many different sisters. I say this all the time, like we are global. So I don't expect every episode to resonate with every single sister. However, I know that there is a sister out there today that needs to hear this specific message and all of the other ones, right? And so I really work hard to reach the masses. I don't try to be selfish, especially just with my own experiences. Some of the things I speak on, I've never experienced myself, but I know so many of my sisters have. So, just be a little bit lenient with that, sisters. I know y'all be wanting every message to be for you, and that's okay. I get it. I've been there, and I have creators that I listen to on a regular basis, and sometimes I listen to their messages, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't my message. But for me, it's really just being in their energy. I just like to feel like I'm in their energy, even if it's not, specifically tailored to my circumstances or what I'm going through. So I just wanted to say that because I'm like, y'all be trying to come at my neck. I'm like, look, sis, okay, I can't satisfy everybody every single episode. Sometimes I got to reach my sisters that's in the back. Some of my sisters be in the front. Some of y'all be in the middle. Okay, I'm working with everybody. But today's podcast episode was a very special request. And I've been having the other, what could I call them? The requests or the different ones that you guys have been submitting through the forum sent over to me, and they have been amazing. So continue to go over there and add your ideas if you feel like it. If you don't, that's okay. I can hold it down, over here with myself. That's fine. But I love the feedback that you guys have been providing so far, and it's exciting me. Like I'm so excited just to tap into like a different genre, especially, with it coming directly from my sisters. I know it's still the same stuff, but it's just different. It hit different when it's coming from y'all. And then I have the opportunity to elaborate on, that topic. So let's get into the details of today's podcast episode. I think this one is going to be a really good one. And I say, I think, no, I know, because I have been here. I have done that. And one thing about a lustful man, sisters, they will be your downfall. You will lose your fucking mind trying to hold on to a man that's built on lust. Okay. And I know so many of my sisters have been in this position. I want you to think about those relationships and how many times you had to observe that person operating out of lust. And, let me just give you a quick definition. And this is by no means a dictionary definition, but a man who is extremely lustful is one that's going to go out in this world and do lustful actions. And so that can include a lot of different things. He could micro cheat on you, whether it's flirting with other women, taking their number, taking their social media, giving them the idea or illusion, that he's a single man or available to them. So that's one alley that they typically, like to walk down. And then there's plenty of others. There are men that intentionally hurt you. They'll do things behind your back, whether it's on their phone or while they're at work or while they're with their homies and their bros, right? So you have those men who operate out of lust at all times. Any opportunity that man gets to shit on you, he does it. And the only difference is it's typically when you're not around. So you will be under the illusion that you have this loving, loyal partner when every opportunity that man gets to hurt you or to dishonor you, he jumps on it. Okay. And so when I'm talking about a lustful man, I'm talking about those losers who are out here in the world chasing women doing certain actions that they would not do in front of you and covering it up. Okay. And it can be a lot of different things. A lot of times lust is built on sex. Okay. And I know we just said the S word. I'm sorry for my sisters who are under 18. I'm sure y'all know what that means. But a lot of their actions and behaviors are built on, that low vibrational action. And I'm not saying all sex is low vibrational, but when you do it with strangers, or you're constantly out in this world and entertaining people, or, just mixing energies with people that you got no business mixing them with, that is when it becomes lust. Now, there is a thing called love too, and I'm sure plenty of my sisters have experienced love as well, right? But when you're dealing with a lustful man, you're going to face so many challenges because this man has no boundaries, right? And on top of that, he does not respect you. And so you will find yourself in the position where you're having to mother your partner and tell him right from wrong. You will find yourself going crazy, right? Because the actions that he will do, it's like, why would I have to tell you that's wrong? Why do I have to tell you that you shouldn't be out here entertaining other women behind my back, or even giving them the idea that they could have a chance with you? But when you're dealing with a lustful loser, this is the norm. Okay. And I found myself in that position before several times where I was sitting here having to tell this man that he should not be doing certain things behind my back. And now that I reflect on that, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I was going through, right? Because what was I doing there? First of all, I should have never been telling a man right from wrong. And on top of that, once he completed those lustful actions, that should have been all of my evidence to walk away. I don't know why I was sitting there reasoning with a lustful loser and trying to figure out why he was doing the things that he was doing. Okay, so if you've been there, sisters, I want you to know it is a dangerous game to play. You are going to lose your mind because that man don't have no boundaries. Okay, there's no limits. Any opportunity that he gets to disrespect you or dishonor you, he is going to take advantage of it. And then you are going to be on the bottom half of things, trying to figure out why he does the things that he does when that was never your job to figure out from the beginning. Okay, so do you see how we play ourselves when we hold on to lustful men? If that man showed you that he cannot control himself, right? That he operates out of lust, that if any woman comes to him or gives him the time of day, he's going to act on it. Why would you be sitting there having a conversation with him, trying to figure out why he did the things that he did? And don't get me started on those men who are extremely lustful on social media. Social media has taken this concept to a whole nother level because they can hide what they're doing, right? It's so easy for them to just like somebody's story or to slide up on their Snapchat or, to be in the DMs. There's so many different opportunities for these losers to act out of lust, and you would never have a clue. You wouldn't even know, sister, because you over here thinking that you can trust this man. You actually love this man. When men come at you and they approach you, you're like, look, no, I have a man, or I'm married, or I'm in a relationship. But when women approach him, oh, he give them the time of day. He don't give a damn. It's like, oh, you giving me attention? Okay, awesome. And so you know what that screams about them, sisters? It screams that they are losers. The reason that they're so excited to get attention from other women is because they're seeking that validation. Only a loser is going to seek validation from low vibrational women. Okay. And most of the women that's coming at them, they're trying to use them, and they're not even smart enough to realize that. They think that they got all these different women that are interested in them, when whole time those women are interested in trying to get something out of them. Okay, so while you sitting at home, playing the good girlfriend or the good wife and holding everything down and being this amazing partner to him, he's out here doing anything he could get his hands on. Any opportunity that comes his way, he's excited, right? And it's like, it's so unfair to, us as women a lot of times. And it's not just women, there's lustful women on the other side of this equation too. I tell you guys, put the shoe on where you need to, fit the roles where you need to. Okay. If you're dealing with a woman, there are plenty of lustful women. I've seen it happen with my own eyes. Okay. So this is not gender exclusive. It goes on both sides of the spectrum. But what I'm saying is, like, you will be the perfect partner to them. And then while you're over there playing that role, they will do any and everything to dishonor you. And you're going to be so confused because it's like, damn, I've never taken advantage of the opportunities that have been presented to me. I was sitting over here being loyal, right? I was holding it down. But it's like, Anybody that approaches you, anybody that comes your way, you are so excited to get that attention, and you seek that validation from those women when you have it right here at home. Okay, so I don't want you to feel like it has anything to do with you. And I know that's so ironic. And you're like, okay, how this don't got nothing to do with me, Lay? Like, it has everything to do with me. But when I say that, I'm touching on the fact that his lust is not your problem. Okay, he was probably lustful before you, and he's going to be lustful after you. It was never personal to you. This is who he is as a person. So if we take that so personal and we internalize a loser's actions, you're going to find yourself in your head trying to figure out what makes you unworthy, or why he's so interested in the other women, and why he would be doing these things behind your back, when really it never had anything to do with you and everything to do with the fact that he has no self-control. He's lustful. Okay, this is what he loves. He loves getting attention from other women. He loves being able to sneak around and do things because it gives him that hit. You get what I'm saying? But if you weren't there, sister, it wouldn't be the same. If he wasn't able to sneak behind your back and do these things or entertain these women, it wouldn't even hit the same. But the fact that he's able to do it against you, that's what excites him. Right? He loves that he has other women in his DMs, or he's in their DMs, and that he's having these side conversations behind your back. That excites him. That feeds his ego. He feels like he's the man because he got bitches coming at him that are trying to use him. Meanwhile, the woman that actually loves him, the woman that would do anything in the world for him, is being completely disregarded because she is providing genuine love. So do you know what we look like as females when we give away all of this pure, genuine love to lustful losers, and then they go out here in the world and they're still seeking and craving validation from low vibrational women? We look like clowns, okay? So don't be out here giving that real, genuine love to anybody. Not everybody deserves that. And it's okay if you've done it, sisters. Like I said, we've all been there, right? We've done it. We might have loved a loser, and we didn't know that this man was seeking validation from every woman that he could get his eyes on. We didn't know it. But when you know better, you do better. You cannot sit there and try to love a man into seeing your value, or seeing the value in being a real man and being loyal to you. You can't. And I know a lot of times we find ourselves in these roles where we're like, yo, like, why does he keep doing this? Or why does he keep chasing other women? I'm everything. I'm the full package right here. Why doesn't he care about the fact that I'm trying to give him everything right in front of his face? And the reason is because you're so willing to do it, right? You're so willing to make sacrifices and lay your life down for him, but he's never done that for you. He's showing you the opposite. Right? Any chance he gets, and I'm telling y'all, any chance. It don't matter if he at work, if he at the gym, if he at the club, if he at the grocery store. Any chance that a lustful man gets to betray you, he's going to do it. And so you play yourself. When you hold on to these lustful losers and you try to figure out why they're doing the things that they're doing, or, stay to see if they're going to change, you play yourself every single time, because he's shown you exactly what he's capable of. And it never had anything to do with you. I'm telling you, sisters, you could be the full package. You could be right there in front of his face, all of his needs and desires packaged perfectly, and he will still go out in this world and seek validation to feed his own ego, because he's a loser. A man that's secure in himself is not going to seek other women to feed his ego. He's going to understand the prize that he has at home. Why would you risk losing this amazing woman because you want to entertain other women out here in the streets? Them women not going to do nothing for you. They not going to hold you down. They not going to make sure that you fed and that you have everything you need and that you're nurtured in this world. And a lot of these women that are, flocking towards the loser, they don't even want anything for him. They want something from him. And he's so naive. He's so stupid that he thinking like, oh, I'm getting all this attention. All these women are interested in me. When whole time those women are seeking to get something out of him. So we play ourselves. Every single time that we hold on to a man that we know is lustful, we play ourselves as a collective, sisters. Don't be out here embarrassing me. Okay, because if I find out you hold on to a man that's shown you he cannot control himself and he can't keep it in his pants, I'm going to just be like, look, you can't even be over here no more, sis. Okay, and it's no shade to you, but it's like, We have to be so honest with ourselves. We have to look at it for what it is. That man has shown you through his actions that he has no self-control. He lacks basic principles, basic respect in your relationship. And you sit in there trying to reason with him and figure out why he's so interested in the other women that give him the time of day and the attention that his ego desires so badly. I would let him have the other women. Okay, I don't even know why y'all be sitting here trying to convince them that, you're more deserving of their love and their loyalty. No, you can have the women that you desire so badly. I'm going to let you have all of those because a real woman knows her value. She's not going to sit here and negotiate it to a loser and try to figure out why he can't control himself and why he continues to fake like he's going to change and he doesn't. She's not. So it really only takes a good 1 or 2 times for you to realize, like, yeah, this is a lustful man. He's never going to change. And he might sit there and tell you to your face, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. I didn't mean it. But it's like, do you know how hard it is to go out here and do some of the things that these losers be doing? It is so premeditated, sisters. And I know they be sitting here playing in our faces and they be like, oh, well, that was just somebody that I knew from way back when, or it was a mistake and that was just my friend and it didn't mean anything. I know they sit here and tell you a completely different story, but it's to keep you stuck. He's going to manipulate you as long as you allow him. Once he shows you that he's built on lust, you need to run. Okay. And it amazes me that I found myself in such compromising positions in the past, but it's so clear to me now. I wouldn't even ask no questions. You got one time to show me that you are built on lust, and I'm not even going to question it. I'm going to move on with my life because I know the man for me would never. And that's the attitude that you have to have, sisters. You could stay there, right? You could keep getting cheated on and lied to and manipulated in the same cycles of trying to figure out why this man has no self-control. You could stay there. That's fine with me. But one thing about it is he's never going to change. Okay. And once that man does certain actions or he goes out of his way to betray you behind your back, that is all of the evidence that you need to know. Like, yeah, this is not the person for me. Like, the love of my life would never. And why would you want to be with a lustful man in the first place? The rest of your life is going to be chaos and disharmony because you got to control this man, right? You have to watch his every fucking move. You'll never be able to trust him. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons that you will take away from dealing with a lustful man in general. Is like, you cannot control a man. A man that does not want to be kept is not going to be kept. And I want you to think of this as like an animal analogy, like, and this is going to be a little odd, but just stay with me, sisters. And I know y'all didn't have some crazy animals. I know I have too. But when you have a pet in your home, right? And that pet constantly runs away. Every opportunity that pet gets to run through the door, it jets out. It's like you cannot control this animal. And you give it all of this love at home. You feed it every single day. You provide for it. You make sure that it has a bed and, everything that it needs. But any chance that animal gets to run out of the door, and I just want you to think of a puppy, right? Because I sound a little crazy right now. But any opportunity that your puppy gets to run, it takes it. Why would you want that puppy? And I know some of my sisters, y'all got a puppy like that right now. And it's probably driving you crazy because you constantly have to have the puppy on a leash, or you're constantly having to watch the puppy and make sure that it's not trying to escape your home. But you find yourself in this position where you driving yourself crazy to hold on to somebody that you're feeding and providing for. And I've been there. I've had pets like that. And now that I have a pet that literally does not care if I have the door wide open, it amazes me because I'm no longer having to trap my own pet into being home and wanting the stability that I provide. Okay, so maybe some of my sisters need to let go of their puppies. And I hate to say it. I know y'all love them, but you going to drive yourself crazy. You going to lose your mind. And I just want to say sorry if you hear alarms in the background. It's just the weekly schedule alarms that they do for like hurricanes and stuff. But what I'm trying to get at here, sisters, is you are trying to control somebody that don't want to be controlled. And now that I have a pet that literally allows me to go in and out of the door, I could let my pet outside. He'll come in and out and it's no problem. It's like I'm not having to chase you down the block. I'm not having to keep you on a leash. I'm not having to make sure I always have the door shut and locked so that my animal's not trying to take off from me. It has completely changed my perspective on having a pet in general. I went from having a dog that literally would run at any opportunity. He would jet out the door. Or even when I was around other animals, here he is all up in the other animals' faces, causing a ruckus, just trying to fight and bark and go crazy. And now that I'm on the other side of the equation and I have a complete opposite, it's like, damn, this is nice. And even on top of that, my man, I'm like, damn. This is nice not having to control a man. It's nice not having to keep you on a leash and make sure that I always lock the doors or keep the doors shut so that you can't get out. Okay, and I know that's a far fetch, literally and figuratively, but think about it, sisters. You're going to experience a completely different dynamic once you release the things that are not for you. And you be like, you know what? I'm only going to hold on to the things that want to be held on to. If that man does not want to be saved, I'm not going to be sitting here trying to save him or keep him stuck in a place that he does not want to be. And the problem is with a lot of these lustful losers is they want the benefits that you provide them, right? Same with your pet. They want to get fed. They want the water. They want the shelter, but they also want to live a double life and go outside and do whatever the fuck they want to do. Well, that don't work for me over here. Okay. So I let that old pet run away. And I'm being so dead ass, sisters. And I let the old losers run away. I didn't give a damn. Anybody that wanted to leave, I let them go. Because I'm not about to keep you trapped here in my home and try to get you to understand the value that I provide and the stability that I provide. Fuck it. You got it. You can go. And it's so crazy because once I let that pet go, all of a sudden my baby was coming back to the house. He was looking outside the windows. He wanted to get let back in. I said, no, look, you wanted to be in the streets, be in the streets. And the same things happened with those loser men from my past. When I finally let them go have everything they wanted, that's when they wanted to come back to me and be like, oh, Lay, I'm sorry. I really do love you and I didn't mean it. I said, no, you had everything that you wanted out there, right? Because when I was providing you the stability at home and I was being everything, right, it wasn't appreciated. So this is what I want you to know, sisters. There is a person out there that's going to appreciate your efforts. You're not going to have to keep them on a leash. You're not going to have to chase them down the street every opportunity that they get out. And why would you want to live the rest of your life in that kind of fear? I'm telling you, like, it's a different kind of trauma having to constantly keep track of your man and watch his every move and make sure that he's not talking to women when he goes outside or when he's with his friends or when he's not directly in front of your face. It is so exhausting. Okay, like you do not want to be in that position for the rest of your life, having to control your boyfriend, your husband, or whoever this person is to you because you're not acknowledging that they're built on lust. Release them. Let them go have everything that they think they want. I promise you, they're going to come back. But that is when you have to stand on business. You remember what that relationship was like. You were constantly having to control a grown man because he had no self-control himself. And it was draining you. It was literally siphoning all of the energy out of you because all of your energy and effort is going towards watching this man and his every move. And I see a lot of women that stay in these relationships, right? They'll stay with the loser and they'll just keep track of him. They'll be logged into his social media accounts. They'll make sure, they're going through his phone or watching who he's interacting with at work or with his friends. And it's like, no person should ever have to do that. If you had to do it, it's okay, sisters, but release yourself. Please release yourselves from the shackles of that man. He gonna drive you crazy for the rest of your fucking life. It was never your job to keep track of a man and watch his every move. You should be able to trust your partner. When he goes out into this world, there should be a baseline of trust and respect to the point that you shouldn't have to question what he's doing behind your back when you're not there to witness it. Okay, so if you found yourself in this position where you were dealing with a man that was extremely lustful, it's time to release him. He's never going to change. It's never going to change. It's only going to get worse. He's going to change the way that he hides it from you. He's going to change the way that he manipulates you because he knows exactly what he's doing, but he knows you're not going to go anywhere. And it sucks. It hurts because I know that we're built on so much love. We really want to hold on to these losers and show them like, hey, I'm trying to provide you so much. I'm trying to give you everything you want. But some people do not appreciate it. And the people that don't appreciate it, you got to go let them have what they think they want so badly. And it's heartbreaking. It's like, damn, I really got to let him go back to the streets. Like, I got to release him. I got to go let him have, what he thinks he wants, even though I know that's not good for him. But that is just what it is. It's like you just got to release that man and be like, you know what? I tried to provide you stability. I tried to be a good woman to you. You clearly do not desire that or respect that. So you know what? I'm going to go let you have what you think you want so bad. And when they get out there in the streets and they get exactly what they want, that's when they be trying to run back to you because they be like, oh, no, this ain't it. Once they start dealing with lustful women, right, that's very similar to them, they be ready to run back. And it's like, no, you got exactly what you wanted. You went out into this world thinking that everybody was going to cater to you the way that I did. And now that you're out there and you're experiencing the same things that you put me through, it's no fun. You're not having a good time anymore, are you? And that's what I'm telling you, sisters, they're so much better. You can do so much better. If that man has driven you fucking crazy because you got to constantly keep up with him and watch his every move, I'm telling you right now, that is not the person for you. You should never be that trapped in your head in your own relationship to the point that you got to watch this man like a hawk. And I see it happen all the time. And I'm just like, free my sisters, like free my sisters. That was never your job to begin. And it's so crazy to me because I found myself doing this stuff. Like, I found myself really trying to reason with a loser and figure out, why does he keep doing these things? Or, why every single chance that he taking it. But it finally clicked to me one day. Like, this man is going, and a man that's going is going to go for anything because that's what he truly desires at his core. What do I look like as a woman trying to change his core desires? That was never my job. A man for me is naturally going to desire the stability that I provide. He's naturally going to want to be loyal. I'm not going to have to convince him to want to be a good man to me. Okay, so if you found yourself there, sisters, perhaps this is your sign. And I know a lot of my sisters, y'all already came up off the loser. Like, it's clicked for you. You realize this man is never going to change. He's only changing the way that he's hiding it. He's changing the way that he goes about being a lustful man. But to me, he wants me to be loyal. He be wanting you cooped up in the house and he don't want you doing half the things that he's doing. I'm telling you, if you was moving how he was moving, sister, his chest would be hurting. He would be crying, sliding down the wall because it would be no fun anymore. Now that you're operating out of the same lust that he's operating out of, he feels betrayed. He's upset and angry and is ready to fight you because you doing what he was doing to you. So it's no fair. And you find yourself in this constant state of chaos trying to get a man to change. And it's like, fuck it, he can have it. And that's exactly what I would tell him. I would be like, dude, you could keep it. 11:11 on my clock as I said that, because there is no purpose in trying to get a man to change for you or to see the value in being a stand-up guy. If he want to be out there in the street so bad, go let him have everything that he wants. When he get out there and realize that there's no value in the women that he's chasing, it's going to click for him. But it's going to click too late. And I don't want you there waiting for him to come back. I don't want you to even give him the opportunity to come back. When you had that man, he showed you exactly what he was capable of, right? He wanted the other woman so bad. Think about all the DMs, all the cover-ups, all the lies, all the manipulation. That's exactly what he wanted. When you were right there in front of his face, he didn't even see the value of you. And now that you're choosing to walk away from him or that you're standing on business, it's going to click for him, but it's going to click too late. And it's not your job to be there waiting for it to happen. I would never even give a lustful loser the time of day again, sisters. I'm telling you, you're going to lose your fucking mind trying to keep up with this man and get him to want more for himself. If that's what he wants so bad, let him have it. Make him stand on it. Because when it finally plays out and he gets all of the women and he out here doing everything that he wanted to do, he gonna realize this is not as fulfilling as I thought it was gonna be. This is nothing like the woman that I had. I want to go home, right? She was doing everything for me. She was cooking. She was cleaning. She was nurturing me. She was helping me on my hard days. You know what I mean? She was being a guide for me, just providing me so much wisdom and love and all of this protection. When they get out there and they dealing with the same Jezebels that they are, oh, baby, they be trying to run back to you. And it's like, it's too late. There's nothing you could say to convince me to want to re-enter the same cycle that a lustful man already showed me he's going to play out time and time again. There's no words that you could use to manipulate me back into that same pattern that I've seen happen over and over again. Okay, so when I'm talking about these lustful men, sisters, I'm telling you, it is a dead end. You are going to lose your mind. You're going to go crazy trying to tame somebody that don't want to be tamed. That was never your job. Let his ass go. Let him go be with what he wants to be with so bad. It's going to click. Eventually, he going to look up. And when all of those women in his life turn on him or they drain him fucking dry, he going to be like, damn. That one good woman who didn't want anything from me, who just wanted to give to me, who wanted to build with me, is no longer there and available for me to manipulate and abuse anymore. And that's why I'm telling you, sister, stand 10 toes. Don't even give him the time of day, right? Because remember, that's what he wanted. When you were there and right in front of his face, he didn't even see the value of having you in his life. I don't know what else it would take. That man has shown you right in front of your own eyes that he does not value or respect you. To me, it's nothing to talk about. It's like, I'm going to let you go have everything that you want. You want to operate out of lust? You want to be low vibrational? I'm going to let you have it. I'm not going to be here trying to teach a grown man how to be a man. Okay? So I want to give you hope, sisters. There are men out there that will naturally want to be tamed. You're not going to have to watch his every fucking move and keep up with him and make sure that he's not dishonoring you every chance that he gets. There's a man out there that's naturally going to want to respect you and be loyal to you. That's the man that we're choosing. Point blank, period. I don't even want to talk about it. Unless he's showing up in your life and showing you like, hey, I don't play about you and you're the only one for me and I wouldn't even give these other women the time of day, you need to cut him. Because he's too damn curious. And a curious Georgia have you out here in your head trying to figure out what is wrong with me? Why am I not worthy of his love? Why does he keep seeking other women? And I'm right here in front of his face trying to give him all of the love in the world. Okay, sisters, so don't play yourself. That man will have you feeling insecure and operating at a low vibrational state because you refuse to let him go and let him go be with what he wants at his core. Let his ass go. If that's what he wants so bad, let him go have it so that you can get what's for you. There's a man that's going to come in your life and be like, you know what? I wouldn't even play about you. These other women couldn't even get the time of day from me because I know exactly what I have. I know how much of a prize and possession you are. I wouldn't even risk losing you. And that's the only men that you should entertain moving forward. I don't give a damn. Unless he's standing 10 toes about you and he's showing you through his actions and behaviors that he's worthy of you, let him go. Okay? Because he can go be with them loser bitches that he loves so much. And I'm sorry, but that's exactly what they be wanting. They be wanting loser bitches. So let them have it. But I hope this message resonated with you, sisters. I just was like, this was the perfect topic. I feel like so many of my sisters, like, we found ourselves in these positions where we was trying to hold on to something that didn't want to be kept. You know what? You got it, brother. Go on over there and be with everything that you thought you wanted. And when it don't work out, do not come back to me because there's never going to be an opportunity for you to fuck me over ever again in your life. You got it. You have it for life, buddy. Okay? But I love you so much, sisters. I'm sorry if I was cussing y'all out indirectly in today's podcast episode. I just be so passionate about this. I'm like, let his ass go. If you ain't taken the lesson yet, if you have not realized that this man is never going to change, I don't know when it's going to click. But it's out of love. And you guys know everything that I do over here is from the heart. Okay. So I love you guys. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And I can't wait to see you back here for the next episode of the podcast. Love you, sisters. Bye.